Hi, I'm Rihanna Lane. We're here at the site visit today for the proposed Valvoline in the historic Depot District. I'm vested in it. We own a building across the street, a small business. We've been there for 20 years and much like our neighbors have chosen to be in this area for the historic preservation of it. And in this moment where we're talking about taking down this building that's been here for 150 years and putting in a corporate 3-bay oil change facility, you know, it just feels in contrast to the original mission and development plan for this part of the town. So, you know, I'm passionate to see my neighbors here, and we've already gathered nearly 1,000 signatures. I started the online petition, much to the help with the 500 plus signatures we have on paper. So we're excited to see the town engage, and we hope the town has a voice. And, you know, speaking specifically about my interest as a young person that just moved home. You know, I moved home very deliberately to Manchester because it was one of the last places I lived that really was different than what corporate America has become, and I see it taking over the most beautiful parts of this country. And so I hope it was surprising to come home to this, but that's why less than a year got home and getting involved, because I feel like that is the special thing about Vermont. We want to remain true to what we claim to be and our beautiful, unique, quaint New England. So this is part of that.
My name is Chris Slethog. My wife Audra and I own a house on Elm Street in the Depot District, and we've been part of a community that has been getting together to oppose the Valvoline project and come up with an alternate solution that would be better for the town of Manchester. It's really not in the character of the district itself. The district has so many interesting, talented businesses. It has a glass blowing shop. It has a women's dressmaking shop. It has an alternative radio station. It has the best maple cream donuts in Vermont. So much of the district is by people working with their hands and coming together and bringing the skills, which is why, as I've said, why we have a Depot Street burger here rather than a Five Guys burger, and why people shop at Pets Etc. rather than Petco. So it's not just our opposing Valvoline itself. That's a national franchise, and once a national franchise comes into the area, the economics change completely and the competition changes. So what we want to do is protect that fabric and character so that more smaller businesses can thrive, which is really the unique character that brings people to Manchester to begin with. What we want is, rather than this national franchise coming in and dictating the terms to the district, we really want to extend the character of these other businesses and homes to this property itself. We believe that this could be a good green space for the public, affordable housing, an EV charging spot, renting city bikes, possibly a restaurant. All of these things should be discussed. And if we're going to a Valvoline has a 20 to 30 year lifespan. So for most of the generation that's deciding, we are passing that on to the next generation. And I don't want to be that generation that does that.
Hi, I'm Isaac Krasny from here in Manchester. I'm highly opposed to the thought of having a Valvoline right here in our historic depot, partially because I live right up the street in a historic building, and I think it's a real tragedy to take a building that has been standing here since at least 1872, that has been a part of the fabric of the depot, and to destroy it, and then to bring in a new business that really we don't really need here. It doesn't really align with our town plan, which calls for this to continue to advance a quaint New England aesthetic to attract the visitors that are the lifeblood of our local economy. Valvoline doesn't really advance that. And so I think I'm one of the many voices here in town who's saying we don't need this, and we kind of call upon our town leaders to listen to their constituents and reject this proposed new business. I'm meeting with my neighbors who are, I haven't met one who's for it. And so we're meeting to figure out what to do next. I've been attending the Development Review Board meetings. I penned my first op-ed for the Manchester Journal, and really just trying to explain my viewpoint as to why this isn't a good idea for us.
Plans are moving forward quickly. We have monthly meetings at the Design and Review Board at the Manchester Town Hall. They're usually, I believe, the first Thursday of the month at 7:30. You can see it on their calendar. Town involvement is very important. That is pretty much the only option we have now since demolition has been approved for the building. We're in an appeals process of that. We could be nearing approval for the Valvoline sale here. So it is kind of the 11th hour. So please sign our petition. It's on the internet. You can find it at the QR codes as well, many of the local bulletin boards, or on Facebook, or change.org for Manchester. But please also come to the meetings. Email the zoning director. I know Peter Brabazon, his emails online, and call the town and make your voice heard, because that has been the change that's happened. This has quietly been happening since May, and now I'm very grateful to see local public television and, like I said, nearly 1,000 signatures, and all the people that have come out here in this cold weather and all the support we've had online and at the meetings. So if it continues to grow, then that is the hope that the voice of our town is heard and preserved. And the history, of course, because once it's gone, that's gone forever.
Please visit the district. Go back on Elm and Highland and just be amazed at the greenery and just how nicely kept the homes are, and how people will live above the place that they work, how people greet each other. That's the character that we want to continue to extend through this property as well.
In our New England way of running things, if you live in Manchester, you have a voice in this, and to make that voice heard, especially if you don't want to see this happen, because it seems like it's going to happen. So speak up.